Grandmaster Byong Yu earned his 9th degree black belt from the World Taekwondo Federation. He was born in Korea, started training martial arts at the age of 5.
All right. I went to junior high school, but my dad never thought about I'm gonna pass junior high school. There was a 4-1. And because of my language barrier and could not speak fluently and walk, it just had that problems. And I had older brother, and then my mother and this side is not going to give full clothes. So he's going to give me my older brother and clothes, a hat and clothes. And so, that hand is just too long. So what they did, cut it off and put it up. And it's just a big, Then a bottom, it was cut it short. So it looks really odd, number one. Number two, my walks and talks, it was so funny. Because the hat is so big, I have to put the newspaper inside so can fit in and just about right. So every time that I run and I just need to jump, that hat is come down all the way to down here. It was just like that. Because my mom, my dad never thought about I'm gonna pass. My number was a 98. And we had 500 something people showed up and testing. So I'm keep looking after with tests and everything till they came to whether it's a pass or fail. And I went school. My mom and my dad did not come. You know why? Of course they're not gonna make it. 4-1, how this guy's gonna make? So I was look and all the way. I saw my numbers are 98. I was so happy and turn around, I asked other people, is a 98, is in my name? Is that's what it is? And they told me yes. So when I came home, I asked my mother and I asked my father, I passed and I passed. Could not believe. And from that on, I know I was not going to finish junior high school, so they never bought my clothes or even book. They went to use-a-hand store, bought the books. And, most of all that, and small pencils, and that's what it was. So that's what I started in junior high school. And from that on, it was more difficult than elementary school. Elementary school, it's just a little bit help in here and there. But as a junior high, it doesn't work that way. You have to study, you have to and know. If you don't know, you fail. And that's what it was. It was very hard for me, but I want to go America. So the English, and I have to learn. I try to learn and memorize all the words and enunciation. But it's in Korea English and school. They're basically from England to went to Japan. Then we got from Japan to learn English. So that accent and also by the book and everything is different than American language. It's just, little slight different, but to us, is a completely different. So it was a very hard for me, no matter how much when I try to learn in English, it was too hard. But I always carried the book, English book, so make sure every moment in time and I see, I read and memorize, and that's what I did. Now, do I have friends? No. I do not have any friends. The friends, and they do not want to communicate with me because I'm too slow. Speaking is slow, but in my head, I know what to do. Why? And head did not have any problems, my brain. Reason being I passed that because mentally, that my brain is not wrong. It's just brain to my physical, the connection was sometimes on and off, and that's why it did not and communicate with the people. And you read it, yes or no, and I did not have any problems. So that's why I think and I pass. So that's what it was. And the biggest problem was the physical exercise, that class, because it's uncoordinated, especially like a soccer game, volleyballs. It's just uncoordinated and it just can't control. So I really had problems, and I have to go to school before other guys come. Why? They're always picking on me. Then I go home, I always go round as if nobody's there. So make sure not front door, it's a back door to go round. Then I run. Why? I want to make sure coordinated my body as a run. And that's what my junior high school it was.